Hi, welcome back, or a very warm welcome if you're new here. My name is Sophie and today I'm going to be doing one of my favourite videos of the month, and that is my book subscription unboxing. So today I have all of the usual boxes, the Locked Library, FairyLoot Adult, FairyLoot YA, and also Illumicrate, but then I also have a couple of other packages to unbox. So I have a couple from Locked Library and a couple from FairyLoot. So I'll just briefly show you what we're going to be unboxing. So it is this stack here, and I'm a little bit scared to lift it in case these fall off the top. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it and I'll show you each one individually. So I've got a special edition from the Locked Library. So this is their first classics edition. Then I have a book which is a sequel to a very popular dragon Romantasy book. Then I have the standard Locked Library book only subscription. I've got a couple of special editions from FairyLoot. I think these are anticipated sequels, but I can't actually remember what's in them right now. So we're going to find out. Then I have the FairyLoot Adult book only, the FairyLoot YA with the book and the items, and then last but not least, the Illumicrate monthly book and items. So that is what I have in store for you today. So before we get started, please do give this video a like if you enjoyed it. It really does help. And also consider subscribing to my channel for more of my content. So I'm going to be going through these in the same order. So I will do the monthly boxes first, and then I will do the additional special editions. So up first is the Locked Library monthly book only. So here we have the book all nicely wrapped in tissue paper, which is a little bit ripped, but that's okay. So yeah, let's see what we've got here. Oh, so this one's interesting. So this is A Dark and Wild Wood by Sarah Nicole Lemont. And yeah, I haven't heard of this one at all, but it looks very interesting based on that cover. The only thing I would say is this is very like matte. It's not a shiny cover, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. It does feel a little bit weird, but I think this is a very pretty design. It's very like muted colors. So on the back it says, "You are not the kind of maid to be sacrificed in fairy tales." So I'm thinking this one's going to be fairy tale-esque. So we do have some quite pretty edges here with some key detail. It's a little bit difficult to see the key, but it's wrapped up in there. And I do quite like this sepia toned book. So it is a little bit kind of brown and autumnal with the black and white. So yeah, we do also have some really nice artwork in the inside. I love that. And then, oh, that is so beautiful. Look at that. I'm hoping anyway, this is going to be very Gothic. And then this kind of spider web key detail on the front. And yeah, so far I think this is a very pretty edition, despite the matte feel of the book that I'm not sure I like. So yeah, this is her debut fantasy. And actually what I didn't notice on the cover, I don't know if you can see, is I thought there was just the woman, but there's also a man behind, like a kind of Dracula figure. So this one looks very intriguing. So I will read the synopsis. Ever since she was a child, Salome has been plagued by powers she can't control. After watching her foster mother burn as a witch, she and her beloved sister Rochelle are raised together in a convent, a grim and dreary existence, until one day Rochelle vanishes. Determined to find her, Salome runs. Deep amongst the trees of the wild black forest, she comes face to face with Lord Death. Rather than taking her life, he brings her to his home, at the heart of the woods, a strange manor full of locked rooms and mysterious corridors. He promises to make her his apprentice and teach her how to harness her mind and magic in order to find her sister. His words are as seductive as his presence, but should one ever trust death? Inspired by the tale of Bluebeard, this is a swirling mirage of dark fairy tale, Gothic romance and historical fantasy that is best devoured all at once. Honestly, I haven't been so excited about a Locked Library book for a long time. And yeah, I really just literally want to pick this up immediately. It sounds so good. So I'm really excited to read this one. So let's move on to FairyLoot. So I'll start with the FairyLoot adult book only. And I don't think I know what this one is. Or maybe I've forgotten, as usual. So the theme of the month is Venomous Academia. And the book of the month is here. And I can't get into it. Okay, that could have been easier. So this is Deathbringer by Sonia Tagliarini, and this one looks quite interesting. So we have some snakes and birds and castles, and on the back it says, "Hope is like a serpent. It sheds its skin with promise while silently seeping venom into your veins." So I don't think I've heard of this one either, or this author. So let's see what customisations we've got first. Ooh, nice artwork already. Let's take a look at that. So I am so far super impressed with the artwork for all of these books, and I've just seen the naked hardcover. I'll show you the other art first. So yeah, I'm loving this, and just look at this naked hardcover. I love it. It feels like these are very autumnal, like we're in the May box. These feel like they need to be in September, October boxes. So yeah, it just repeats that same quote on the back there. And the edges, oh, they are quite pretty. Nice red and black for the Gothic theme. And then yeah, that continues on the top and then on the bottom as well. And let's have a look at the reverse dust jacket. So this one must be the original cover then, in potentially the same colour or a different colour. So what I would say is that I prefer this one, which I think is the alternate, unless they've done the same cover as the original, and then the inside is their customised cover. So I don't know. But what I would say is, yeah, I definitely prefer this inside one to the outside. So let's have a read what this is about. So, a forbidden love, a hidden murderer, a deadly magic. Born with the ability to speak with the dead, Viola hates her magic. It killed her sister, Olivia. And if she doesn't learn why, it will kill her too. Her only hope lies within the perilous walls of Gorhale Institute of Magic, where Olivia spent her final days. There, on the trail of the growing mystery, Viola clashes with Silas, a poison mage whose magic stems from 3 immortal snakes. Tormented by his mother's untimely demise, Silas's hatred for death mages runs deep. He is determined to keep Viola at a distance. But when an attack forces him to heal her, their fates become entwined by a magical bond that threatens to upend his loyalties and his common sense. Drawn together by grief, magic, and a growing attraction, Viola and Silas follow a mysterious killer through Gorhale's treacherous passageways, where secrets fester beneath the stone and the dead refuse to rest. As enemy lines begin to blur and their undeniable attraction grows, Viola and Silas uncover a chilling conspiracy. Someone is hunting mages for their magical relics, and if they can't uncover the killer in time, Viola will be next. So yeah, this one does sound very interesting. I mean, it does sound quite a lot like a Romantasy, which seems a bit confusing because FairyLoot do have a Romantasy subscription as well. And I have noticed recently there is a lot more crossover in the adult box. There is a lot more Romantasy, which I enjoy Romantasy, but it seems a bit odd that we can't have some books that maybe aren't Romantasy, considering there is a separate Romantasy subscription. But I guess that's a topic for another day. So yeah, this one does sound very interesting as well. So let's move on to the YA FairyLoot with the items and the book. This one feels quite heavy this month, so I'm hoping for some good items in here. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got. So I'll find the spoiler card. It's a bit bent, but this is looking very interesting, and I've just remembered what the book is. So yeah, I'm excited to see this one. I think it's quite a popular release. So the theme is Electric Touch. So already I can see a kind of blue theme for the box. So this looks very interesting. So this is a pencil case, and this is inspired by Cold Wire, which is by Chloe Gong. So yeah, this is quite nice. I don't really think it could be a pencil case though, it seems quite big, but yeah, maybe it could be like an artist pencil case. But it has a very soft inner lining as well, so it could double up as, I guess, a Kindle case or small paperback sleeve. So yeah, that's quite nice. Then we have, I think this must be a picnic blanket. I've had one of these recently and it was really pretty. I think it was from Illumicrate. So this is TNOW picnic blanket. I'm not sure what the acronym is. Let me just have a look at this. Oh, it's inspired by The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. I love that book so much. So yeah, this is a picnic blanket, and it's really good because they kind of fold up right into this little carry bag, which I love. So let's have a look. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. It has loads of nature elements, butterflies and plants. Very, very witchy vibes, very autumnal vibes. I don't think I'm going to be able to fold that one back up. So yeah, that is absolutely stunning. And then we have some bookends. So I do love FairyLoot's bookends. They're always very good quality, like metal ends, and I don't know if you can quite see, but there's a couple on here. So I'm not sure what this is inspired by. What does it say? Shatter Me bookends. So I know that's a very popular series, but I haven't read it yet. So yeah, do let me know if I should read that series. But yeah, I love these bookends, but I do have far too many now for the shelves and I'm not really using them. So I need to find somewhere to put them and use them. So yeah, some good quality items, but I think that is all of the items. So 3, yeah, and then plus the overlays, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, so less items, but very nice 3 items. So let me just show you the tarot cards first. So we have done the major arcana for this tarot deck. So we now have Ace of Fire and then 2 of Fire, and look at her hair. I would love to dye my hair purple, but I have not been brave enough to do it. So let's have a look at this book, which looks very purple. So yeah, very happy to have another purple book. So the bookmark again repeats the spoiler card. And yeah, that's just beautiful. I'm loving this main character already. So yeah, this is Stormbreaker, which is by Nisha J. Tooley. And yeah, I love the colour scheme. Beautiful purple and blue. And we do have some nice sprayed edges here. I love when they have buildings on the sprayed edges. And then this kind of like storm lightning effect on the top and the bottom. And on the back it says protect, preserve, prosper. So I have heard this one mentioned quite a lot. I've seen it around. I think it does have a different cover. But yeah, I have no idea what it is about. So yeah, I'm interested to read the synopsis of this one. And we have a really nice hardcover. Very pretty, some foiling detail. I love the colour scheme. And then on the back we have a building. And yeah, I love the constellation detail on this as well. That's very pretty. And then the artwork. Don't think it's quite as good as the other two, but the YA do always look a little bit more YA. I guess they are YA, so there's a reason. But yeah, the artwork does look a little bit more for a YA audience. But yeah, it still is so beautiful. Look at the stars, and I love this main character. I desperately want to have her hair. And then let's have a look at the reverse dust jacket, which I think must be a different colourway to the original because I don't recognise this. But yeah, I'm definitely loving the purple. So let's find out what this one is about. For 19-year-old Poet Graves, her name is Poet, and she has purple hair. Love it. So for 19-year-old Poet Graves, New Manhattan has always promised safety if she obeys. Raised within the ruling houses and betrothed to a powerful heir, she enters Amory Academy, knowing her future has already been decided. But Amory is nothing like she imagined. Its trials are brutal, its loyalties conditional, and its rules designed to expose weakness. As Poet struggles to survive, she must hide the truth that could get her executed. The Stormers don't fear her, they answer back. When a dangerous outsider from beyond the city walls enters the academy, Poet is drawn to him despite everything she's been taught to believe. He threatens the life she's been promised, and choosing him could cost her not just her future, but her freedom. A gripping dystopian romance, it's dystopia. Filled with forbidden power, ruthless challenges, and a heroine who refuses to burn quietly. Perfect for fans of Divergent and The Hunger Games. Oh my god, those are two of my favourite series. So yeah, I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. So yeah, Stormbreaker. And yeah, it just sounds so amazing. Then let's just do the page overlays for Stormbreaker. So yeah, here's the overlays. And these ones look really cool too. So our two main characters. Main character. Cozy by the fireplace. And then, oh, I like this one. She's kind of like catching the lightning, catching the storm. So yeah, they are really pretty too. So let's now move on to the Illumicrate book and items. So FairyLoot's items are actually really good this month. So Illumicrate has a lot to kind of beat, as you know, I always seem to prefer Illumicrate's items. And yeah, I do know what the book is, and it's a very popular release as well. So if you're aware of this book, you will probably get it from when I show you this. So Fatal Fortunes is the theme of the month. And all these items look quite nice here. So we have Favoured Contender's Pendant Keyring, inspired by The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson, which came in a previous Illumicrate box, but I haven't read that one yet, and I'm excited to pick that one up. So yeah, let's have a look. I'll just show you the packet there. Oh, this is very pretty. So yeah, it's a key ring, but it looks like a coin. And it has a bird on that side, and then a fox on that side. But yeah, that is very pretty. Again, I do have quite a large keyring collection, so I'm not sure if I will use it, but it is very nice. And then something very interesting here that I don't think I've had in a subscription box before, and this is a sticker book. So Stuck Behind the Gates sticker book. And this is inspired by Immortal Consequences by Ivy Marie, which I haven't read and I still need to read that one. But yeah, it kind of takes me back to childhood having a sticker book. Yeah, but I won't open that, I will just leave that. But yeah, it has a very nice cover, and I think this must be the gates to the place that they go into in Immortal Consequences. I think that's an academy setting as well. And then, what is this? So these are actually stickers and they are inspired by the book of the month, so it will give the book of the month away. So let's just say they're stickers and I will show you these stickers. Oh, they are quite cute. So we've got various different dragons. So that one, this, oh, we've got cat. Another dragon, sleepy dragon. Is this like a fox dragon? Oh, this one's like, it's like the dragon in Spirited Away, that one. That's what that reminds me of. And then this one. So yeah, I won't tell you what these stickers are inspired by. I don't want to spoil the book until we get to it. But yeah, it will become clear when I get to the book. So this is a book jacket. I love book jackets. I have so many, but yeah, I do love them so much. And this one is inspired by The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. So this is Divine Omens book jacket. So let's have a look at this. Oh, she's very pretty. Very pretty. And on the back, we do have the church window or the cathedral window. So yeah, this is really beautiful. It's probably one of my favourite book jackets, although it feels a little bit off centre on the back. But I'm guessing you're meant to see it from this view rather than the back. But yeah, also my cats love the elastic on these and they have broken so many. So yeah, I've got loads of book jackets without the elastic. And I actually do really like it because you can pull the elastic over the book to keep it all safe and in there. But yeah, they've eaten those. And then we are at the book of the month. And it does look quite different from the original cover. So here is the book. And it is Bloodbound by Ellis Hunter. So yeah, this one seems to be quite a popular dragon fantasy. So yeah, 2 rivals, 1 duel, you fight or you die. Very interesting. Ooh, so we have dragon scale details on the sprayed edges. That's very interesting. Yeah, look at that. That is very cool. Although it would have been nice to have it continue the whole way around on the top and the bottom as well. But yeah, getting very picky with the edges now. Oh, so there's nice artwork as well. So yeah. So this book does look really interesting. So again, I've heard about it everywhere, but I don't know what it's about apart from dragons. And then, ooh, very interesting in the back. And then this hardcover. So we have a black cat and also a panther dragon and a fox and a bear. So seems like there's more than just dragons in this. So they have actually done a reverse dust jacket this time. So Illumicrate, maybe they're going to do that going forward. I hope so. But I still don't think this is the same colours as the original. because they are this blue and red, which I have to say I do think I slightly prefer the blue and red. So yeah, this is a little bit disappointing colour-wise. But yeah, I do really like the front cover with the city detail. I do like that. But also what I didn't realise, and just seeing on the back now, that Ellis Hunter is actually the pen name for Katie Ellis Brown and Becky Hunter. So 2 friends who wrote this book. So that's really interesting. So I think this might be the start of the series. I don't know if I read that somewhere. But yeah, let's read the synopsis and find out what this one is about. So Astrid, very good name, sounds very Scandi inspired. So hopefully that is the case. Astrid has always known she is destined to die. She is the last Naxtern witch and heir to the queendom of Arturea, cursed to duel her rival from the kingdom of Vatra for the source of all magic. She only has her familiar, her potions and her wits to aid her. Her opponent, Prince Zeran, has a massive hell-damned dragon. She's going to die, and the chance to cure the blight ravaging her queendom will die with her. So this actually does sound very similar to The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I haven't read that, but the synopsis sounds a little bit similar. So there's a queendom and there is a plague or something in that world too. So it does sound very similar to that. Deep in Dragon Country, blade juggler Skylar is searching for her best friend, who she fears has been taken in the king's conscription of those with blooded powers. She despises the royals, but the path to find him may just take her closer to them and the witches than she would like. As the duel looms, Skylar and Astrid's fates intertwine, forcing them to choose between loyalty and survival in a world where every decision could lead to ruin. So it's set against a once-in-a-generation duel to the death between witches and dragons. It has witches and dragons. Bloodbound is an epic romantic fantasy that will grab hold of your heart and leave you breathless. So yeah, I am really interested to read this one. It does sound really good, and yeah, I like the fact that there is both dragons and witches in this. So yeah, and it does also look very much like this is a flying panther. So yeah, I'm very interested to find out more about the animals in this as well. So yeah, interested to read this one too. So we do have some really interesting books, but they all do feel quite autumnal to me. So yeah, there's something about dystopia that always feels autumnal as well. So I don't know if that's just me. But yeah, so that is all of the books from the subscriptions. And yeah, I will just go through the other books and then I will do a summary of my favourite book edges and favourite items as well. So let's start with the additional Locked Library ones. So the Locked Library recently announced that they were going to start doing classic editions, and they've already announced 2 and there's 1 more coming, I think, in the next couple of weeks. And the first classic that announced is one of my favourite classics, so I had to get this one. So yeah, here is the Locked Library first ever classic edition. So I have to admit, I have already opened this one, I have already looked at it, but I just wanted to add it into this video because I don't know if I'll be doing a dedicated haul video, so it may be a while before I do another one of those again, so just wanted to include it here. So the book is Dracula by Bram Stoker, and this is just some beautiful artwork. So I do have to say I was a little bit disappointed to see the size of these books. So these are not standard hardbacks. They are quite a lot smaller, and I would have expected them to be the same size as the normal Locked Library editions. So yeah, that was a little bit disappointing, but hopefully if all the classics are this size, it's actually quite good for the shelves, because then I can fit them on the paperback shelves, because I'm running out of room for hardbacks now. But yeah, this is beautiful. And on the back it says the blood is the life, with a bat. And then we do have a bat on the sprayed edges, which I love. And this does also have some artwork as well. So beautiful, dreamy Gothic. And then in the back as well. So yeah, this is a beautiful edition, and they have still got key detail on the edge, but a different kind. So I have already purchased the other book they've announced, and as I said, the next one should be out soon. I actually won't tell you what they are, just in case I do them in another video and unbox them. So yeah, that was the classics. And then there's another Locked Library book, and this, as I said earlier, is a sequel to a very popular, I think it's Romantasy, a Romantasy book with dragons. And I was really excited to read it, but I haven't actually read it yet, and I feel really bad because I've purchased the sequel and I haven't read it. So yeah, I do really need to read that soon. But yeah, let's open this. So this is the Ballad of Falling Dragons, and this is the sequel to When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. And this does look very similar to the first book that they've done. And I do love the purple colouring, so I think the original cover is orange with fire on it, which makes a lot of sense for the dragon aspect and is beautiful, but actually I think I do prefer this purple. And then the edges are really cool as well with the dragon. And on the back it says, though some dragons lust for vengeance, others simply yearn to be loved. So I won't be able to read the synopsis for this, will I? Because I haven't read the first book. So yeah, let's just read this bit. It doesn't look like it has any spoilers. So it says, The Ballad of Falling Dragons is the powerful second instalment in the Moonfall series, featuring an immersive, vibrant world with mysterious creatures, a unique magic system, and a love that blazes through the ages. So yeah, I don't know if this is a duology, but I'm assuming, as it says, the second instalment, that is probably going to be another book as well. So yeah, there's no reverse dust jacket on this, but I do quite like this naked hardcover, although it does seem to be a dragon in a very obscure position. So yeah, I'm not too sure why they picked that specific bit. I would have thought it would have been probably better to have something similar to that, but hey, it's still really cool. And yeah, it does have the key detail as well. And then the artwork with the dragon. And ooh, I don't know if this maybe gives away anything from the first book, but I don't know because I haven't read it. So yeah, we'll see when we get to it. But yeah, I'm really interested to read this now, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it into this year. I have so much to read this year, and yeah, I don't know if I'm going to fit it in. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. I say that every time, don't I? Okay, so that's the Locked Library ones. Now let's do the last two boxes, which are FairyLoot. And one of these, I remember what it is, and I'm really excited about reading it. But the other, I can't remember right now what it is. So yeah, let's start with this one here. And yeah, this one is one of my anticipated releases for this year. And I'm so happy to finally have it, as I really want to read it. But again, am I going to be able to read it this year? Probably not. So yeah, here is the book. And I think this is a duology, so this should be the last installment of the series. And this is The Dragon and the Sun Lotus by Amelie Wenchow, and this is, I think it's called the Three Realms series? Yeah, the Three Realms duology, and this is a sequel to The Scorpion and the Night Blossom, which unexpectedly became a 5-star read for me last year, so I'm really excited to finish this duology, and this is just absolutely beautiful. Look at those lovely sprayed edges. I have to say, FairyLoot do a very good job of Asian-inspired fantasy. It's always really cool with the customisations. There is foiling on the inside. This one is beautiful. I don't think I have seen a naked hardcover this beautiful for a long time. How stunning is that? Oh, it's so sparkly. Oh, it's beautiful. And then on the back as well. I don't think the first book had such pretty details. I might get that one out in a second and I will show you. So yeah, this is absolutely stunning. I'm just in shock of how beautiful this artwork is. And then a reverse dust jacket as well. So I won't read the synopsis for this one either, as although I have read it, I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't read it. But I would highly recommend it. It does feel very Daughter of the Moon Goddess. So if you've read that and enjoyed that, I would highly recommend this duology. So actually, I might just get the Scorpion and the Night Blossom and I can show you and we can compare the customisations. So here's the Scorpion and the Night Blossom, and this is the pink colourway, and then that's the blue. Yeah, it does have similar artwork and I must have missed it or forgotten. But yeah, let's compare these two because I think that might be really interesting. So yeah, here is the completed duology. They are so beautiful. And yeah, they just complement each other so well as well. So there's the edges together. And then the first one did have a really gorgeous cover as well. I must have just forgotten or missed it. But yeah, she's stunning. And again, very similar artwork in here. And it also had a reverse dust jacket as well. So yeah, I think this must really be one of the most beautiful duology editions that they've done. So we'll actually read the synopsis for the Scorpion and the Night Blossom, as that won't spoil anything for the second book. The immortality trials offer a second chance in the brutal world and are open to any mortal willing to risk the journey to the immortal realm. The prize for completing them is eternal life. However, first they must survive. Anying knows the prize can heal her dying mother and that she'll need all the help she can get if she's to complete them. But when a rival contestant, both powerful and handsome, promises protection and a chance of survival for both Anying and her mother, she will need to find out quickly whether she can truly trust the stranger she's falling for, or if he's the most dangerous player of all, for herself and for all the realms. So yeah, I am so happy to have this duology, and it's so beautiful and I can't wait to read this one. So now we're at the final book in this unboxing, so I can't remember what this one is. Oh, it's not even a sequel. I thought it was a sequel to another series, but it's not. This is one I got in the Locked Library Unlocked in the Shop sale, so where they sell off past editions, and I completely forgotten when I ordered this one, but I'm still really excited to read this one. So this again is a very autumnal book. Seem to be struggling to get into these today. So this is The Coven by Harper L. Woods. So this one I believe was in the Romantasy box, and as I don't subscribe to that, I didn't get this one, but this was one that I thought sounded really interesting and one that I'd really enjoy. So yeah, this is also a really beautiful edition. And it has some really beautiful sprayed edges that continue. And then very moody Gothic artwork. So I think this one is about vampires. So yeah, let's read the synopsis. But before, yeah, I'll just show you, this would be the original cover, and I'm pretty sure this is also in a different colourway. Willow Madidza never thought she'd accept a place at Hollows Grove University, the secret and prestigious institution where the best and brightest of her fellow witches learn to wield their magic. But Willow has reasons for being at Hollows Grove beyond the education it offers. Raised to be a weapon against the Coven that presides over the university, she must find the bones of her ancestors in order to reclaim the magic that is her destiny. Her only obstacle is Alaric Grayson Thorne, the university's beautiful and infuriating headmaster. Gray is ruthless, manipulative, dangerous. He represents everything Willow has been taught to despise. But despite their mutual loathing, Grey understands Willow better than anyone, and he might just be the key to unlocking her full power. So yeah, I'm not sure. It does say it has witches in, but I was sure that there were vampires in this. So maybe the male main character is a vampire. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, this does sound a little bit kind of Vampire Diaries-like. And yeah, like The Craft perhaps as well. So yeah, I'm really interested to read this one, and I think there is a sequel as well. But yeah, I'll see if I enjoy this one first. So that is the end of the unboxing video, and I will do my favourite book and my favourite items and also show the edges, but I'm going to exclude those other books from my favourites, as normally I just do the books that come in the month. So I will hold up the stack of all of the edges, even the additional ones, just because then you can see how pretty they all are. So yeah, here are all of those beautiful sprayed edges for the month. Very autumn inspired, it feels. So if this was an unboxing and it was just a haul, then I would tell you that this is definitely my favourite edition from the whole haul. But as it's unboxing, I'm going to do it from the subscription boxes. But I think my favourite book has to actually be the Locked Library book, which is odd because Locked Library has been quite disappointing recently. I haven't been really interested in the picks. But yeah, it's definitely a dark and wild wood. I really want to read this immediately. I know that's probably not going to happen, and I'm probably actually just going to end up reading it next year sometime. But yeah, I would really like to prioritise this one. And in terms of the customisations, I don't actually know, because I don't really like the matte cover for this, but I really did like the artwork in this one and the edges. So yeah, I think actually it's just this one that wins in all aspects. So I think, yeah, just the customisations all come together, and the edges, I think, yeah, they're my favourite edges as well. Even though Stormbreaker does have a building on the edge, I think it's definitely this one is my favourite. Then in terms of items, it was such a good month for items actually. So it is between the picnic blanket, inspired by one of my favourite books, and the book jacket, and I think it's going to be the book jacket because I will get the most use out of this, as I like reading with book jackets. So yeah, overall a very good month for books, but it did feel very much like an autumn unboxing rather than a May unboxing. Do let me know in the comments which book you were most interested to read, also which customisations you liked the best, and as usual, which was your favourite item. If you want to see more of my book subscription unboxings, I will leave the playlist here so you can check out the other unboxings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.